hear voices, male voices, female voices, children's voices.
I feel very uncomfortable down here. Is that what you want?
This is getting really, really creepy.
Hi Crypt Keepers, thank you so much for tuning in to AmysCrypt. Tonight we are taking on the old hospital on College Hill. This place is pretty dark. There's a lot going on here. I've heard so many paranormal stories about this place and I'm truly excited to investigate tonight, so stay tuned.
The former Williamson Memorial Hospital, now referred to as the Old Hospital on College Hill, is said to be one of the most haunted places in West Virginia.
The history behind the hospital, it was formerly called Williamson Memorial Hospital. It opened as a functioning hospital in 1928, so she is 94 years old. Pretty much kept open as a regular hospital until 1988. Then they built a newer hospital just right up above the hill from her. They kept the hospital open as doctor clinics and pediatrics and lung specialists and things like that until 2014, and then they closed the hospital for good. And she was used for storage up until 2020 when she was shut down permanently. I was actually born in this hospital. My mom's able to tell me that I was born on the 3rd floor. So for me to be able to go to the floor that actually where my life began is pretty amazing feeling. And then I also lost 2 grandparents that I never met here as well. So some of the connections when I walk through the hallways, you know, I'm hoping maybe at one point in time I can reconnect with my grandparents. I believe there's a reason that I was called to buy this hospital, if that makes sense, or led to buy the hospital. I believe that she has a lot of stories to tell.
Having a history spanning decades within a busy hospital, which had seen death and trauma, the old hospital now left standing empty is a known paranormal hotspot. Visitors to the building have claimed to hear, smell, feel, and even sight the unexplainable, including shadow people and a nurse still making her rounds, who has even been captured in photographs.
The most common things that most people pick up, and even myself, what I've heard, doors shutting, and as odd as it sounds, music playing at certain times in certain rooms. Not sure if it's because there maybe would have been radios in the rooms back in the days. Children laughing, children running. You will hear voices, male's voices, female voices, children's voices. Lights that will flicker on and off. One of the other things that's kind of wild is the hospital equipment that's here. Most of the building does not have power, so they're not even plugged up, but the equipment will beep and go off like they are. It's just pretty wild and kind of freaky at the same time. And it can be spooky, especially if you're here by yourself.
With so many strange happenings reported within this extremely haunted hospital, we were excited to visit and investigate the 4 floors of the building, as well as a basement area where some particularly scary activity is said to centre. But what we would uncover this night, and how I would myself be personally affected by this building, was truly unnerving.
This is a big vocation to cover. We are commencing the walkthrough now that night has fallen. Some weird things have already happened to us as well, and one area in particular, Jared saw something super creepy and I felt very, very off whilst we were there. So looking forward to going back there, kind of not really. But we're currently on the ground floor, the 1st floor here. There is a lot to cover. Every single floor has a story and a lot of history here as well. This place opened in the 20s. A lot of stuff going on here. These guys here on the walls were the founders too, and I kind of like that they're kept here, memorialized here too. Did you? Okay.
I did hear that. You heard that, right?
Yeah, there's a tap behind us. That's cool. Somebody here, you can join us. We're going to be here all night filming.
And again.
Thank you.
As soon as I turn around,
yeah,
the noise goes off.
And we're literally just getting started. I think it's ghost tube time. Alright, so I've just hit record on a device. I'm going to carry it around in my hand, so please do not be shy to come up to me. I'll give you permission, you can touch me. But if you come towards this light in my hand, maybe you can use it to tell me your name or say hello. Tell me anything. Guys, this place is so cool. This is wicked. This is a huge old hospital. So many ghost stories here. So much has happened here. I'm excited just to show you around, just to walk around. I mean, hopefully we get some paranormal activity, but if not, it's just really cool here. So this area here, we can't get through because there is so much old medical equipment stacked up here. But a nurse hangs out here. A nurse is said to linger on this floor, but she's also been seen throughout the entire hospital.
Probably the most famous one is our nurse that never clocked out. She's pretty well seen on every floor. The story behind her is pretty amazing, although we don't really have a name. It was a nurse that worked in the emergency room back in the 1950s. She was killed in a car accident and she actually passed away in the ER that she worked at. So there have actually been images caught of her in the hospital, and some people believe that she still wanders the hallways today.
So we've got this entire place to ourselves, guys. That's 4 floors and a basement, and the basement actually was used for stuff too. Like, there's some really cool rooms down there. That's actually where I had my experience that Amy mentioned before.
So my name is Amy and I'm here tonight with Jared, and we'd like to just introduce ourselves. If there's somebody here that wants to communicate, please don't be shy.
Bracelet.
Bracelet.
The response of bracelet at this time baffled us a little, and we weren't quite sure how it could have been relevant, yet something was to happen a little later in the night, which could have meant this word did have significance.
I was thinking jewellery, like a bracelet, but don't they put a bracelet on you when you're admitted to hospital?
Oh, like a medical bracelet. Yes. We should see if we can find one around here.
There are a lot of old artefacts kept here, so maybe that's something we will encounter. I don't know if this is where patients were processed and they would get the bracelet. If that's even what it's referred to as. If there's a nurse here, thank you for sticking around and looking out for everyone. One of the coolest things here, guys, is this. This is the original elevator. This thing is 94 years old. I thought I just seen someone like peekaboo around here.
Really?
It could have just been a shadow and then my eyes playing a trick. I mean, really, it could have been. Can come out. Also a lot of children here, they believe. And it wasn't very big if it was something. It could have just been the handrail.
Here, I thought that I had seen something peering around the corner, despite being in the building alone. But after checking, we couldn't see anything out of the ordinary, so we carried on upstairs.
I feel like this elevator to me is like creepier than any paranormal encounters we might have tonight, you know what I mean?
Yes, and we're game. We're gonna ride it with you guys though. 94 years old.
Where am I going?
We'll go to level 2. I have also heard that the elevator has moved on its own before in the past as well. So it's kind of weird, particularly since someone needs to call it and press a button and there was no one around to press the button. Father?
Father?
Like, not like dad, as in like father. You need to go farther. Or is it farther or further? Maybe we need to keep going up. Hi, my name's Amy. This is Jared behind me. We just heard a noise and wanted to check it out and see if there's someone here. We're not afraid. Level 2 here, where we are. It's an interesting one because they don't have heaps of information on it, but people, including the owner, who we spoke to earlier, have had paranormal experiences here?
I've had several experiences while being the owner of the hospital. Things from, simple as doors shutting after I open them, or vice versa. I can hear someone on another floor when I'm on one floor. I can hear children giggling. One of probably the scariest one, and he wasn't scary, but probably the one that startled me the most was I was walking through the second floor and just checking to make sure everything was okay, and I heard a male's voice holler at me, and he just said, "Hey." I turned around and I went through every room on the second floor and I couldn't find him, so I'm not sure who he was or what he wanted.
Hi, is there anyone that wants to talk to me? So I don't know if anyone watching is big on paranormal TV. I do know that Destination Fear filmed here, and Dakota apparently slept on, this was the floor he was sleeping on. During that episode he heard glass break, and the source of the glass was actually this room, and I just copped a whiff of perfume.
Yeah.
Did you smell?
Yeah, I thought it was more like potpourri or something. I've still kind of got it. It's different to the room we just walked through. And I don't remember smelling it today when we came into this room.
Oh. What?
I think that's really creepy because go in there and have a look. That's where babies were, right?
I feel like maybe the next floor up was pediatrics.
But who's to say some of this stuff?
I mean, she did say they don't know much about this floor, what this was used for. Maybe someone was searching for the baby here.
Lots of babies would have been born here. Even the current owner was born here. So I feel like that was really weird that came out. And we were just standing just outside this room here with these little baby crib things. That is really weird.
If there's somebody here looking for their baby, can we have a name, please? Maybe we can help you. So just walking back to where we got that response. If there's somebody here, I'm so sorry if you're looking for your baby, maybe we can help you. I don't know how we can do that. Maybe you can give us a name as a starter. It is funny though, because this is where on that show Dakota heard glass breaking. And then he came down here and there was broken glass on the floor, but there's nothing broken in the room or no source of where glass would come from. I don't know if anyone knows what this big old thing is either. I've never seen one of these before today, but it's pretty cool.
This is where you go in and a doctor would test your hearing. It's like a silent room and it blocks out all the sound. Any Ace Ventura fans?
So voices have been heard down here, footsteps, giggles, children's voices. A lot going on down in the second. That's just a train. It's not a ghost train either, but it scared me. Hey, I don't know if these are original to this hospital, but are these for babies?
I'm pretty sure they are. Like little cribs or something. Oh dear Lord. What have I just walked into?
That's freaky. Oh, there's one.
Scared the shit out of me.
Just made it up the third floor, and the window down here has a very infamous story to go with it that involves a possible suicide or potentially a murder and a murderer.
One of the other probably bigger stories that kind of haunts the hospital is the true story of a gentleman by the name of Mose Blackburn. He was a local restaurant owner in the city of Williamson back in the 60s. From what we can gather through our research in the newspaper articles, Mr. Blackburn got into an altercation with his wife and city police was called. When the police responded, an officer went to, they kind of went around the car. One went to the passenger side and one went to Mose's side. He was on the driver's side. And for whatever reason, Mose drew a gun and shot the city City police officer. That officer was brought here to this hospital and sadly passed away. Of course, an altercation broke out and Mose was brought to this hospital as well. There are several stories that surround Mose and what happened to him, but basically what we have found in our research, he was brought here and was expected to make a full recovery, was going to go on to jail and face his time in court. He had asked the deputy that had been stationed outside of his door to go get him a drink of water, and when that deputy did, some people say an evil spirit told him to do it, some people say he was thrown, others think that he was just trying to escape, but he took off running and jumped out the 3rd story floor window and landed on the sidewalk. It didn't kill Mose. They brought him back up to the hospital, and again he was expected to make a full recovery and go on to face his time in court. However, almost a month to the day that he jumped, he passed away, and nobody really knows why. There's a theory that he was murdered. Some people believe he killed himself, but a lot of people believe Mose is still here today.
So that's the window, Jared, right behind you.
This is where it happened?
That's the window, yeah. Oh, dude, look. Oh, that's so cool.
Cool. They're like real x-rays.
Legit
That's
X-rays.
like someone's head or, leg or bone, and that's actually like someone's skull by the looks.
It's a face.
That's really cool.
Oh, it's a real hospital. So much decay. If we just peek in this room here. A lot of history here.
Watching.
You're watching us? We'd love to watch you back.
What?
Whoa.
Is there someone here? We just heard you.
Whoa. Whoa.
I feel like they're slowly getting an interest in us.
Is that an observation window?
Oh yeah.
If you're watching us, we'd love to talk, we'd love to communicate. I don't know why you're here. We are here to talk. We've travelled a long way, so we might sound funny. We're actually from Australia.
What the hell? They look like bodies strung up on rope or something.
What? Oh yeah. That is legit what it looks like. More baby stuff.
Yep.
Oh, this is the wallpaper room, Joe.
Oh yeah.
We seen this earlier today and I'm not... Why am I getting a magnetic spike in the middle of this wallpaper room? I can't replicate. So someone coming around me? That's okay, but are you able to tell me your name? Or what this room was? I don't know why this room is decorated differently. Someone making a noise down here. We just walked the whole length of this wing. I don't know what that was.
I know that this place was used for a brief period of time as a Halloween attraction, but there's some like red stains, if you know what I mean, and it's just, I'm always like, is that actual blood or is that part of that Halloween attraction, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that because I'm seeing them as well and exact same things are going through my mind.
Like on this counter, for example, I'm like, yeah, that might actually be blood.
I think that's where they examine though.
What?
Did you read the poster in there?
How's your love life? Oh yeah. Ugh. Ugh. I'm going there.
This guy's ready for his examination.
Oh, that is definitely paint. But some of the others, I'm not too sure.
Look at the wall though, to the left.
Oh, jeez.
Red.
Wait,
What?
I thought I saw something in here.
Like what?
What did that just say?
It
Red?
said red, and we're just looking at red paint, so that's...
I thought I saw something. It was probably just these trash bags here, but Let me just look around.
Last floor time. This is the top floor. This one's a creepy one too. Is there someone around me? Or is there something to trigger? Okay, that's the second time that's happened here.
So guys, that noise on GhostTube means that the magnetometer spiked. That can be triggered by nearby metals and objects. So normally if we're near like iron bars or going up the staircase where there's a handrail, that can set it off. But that's, yeah, the second time that's gone off now. And you've tried to recreate it and there's nothing.
There's literally nothing here. It's very strange.
This room, you know what this room reminds me of? The chair room from the Ohio State Reformatory.
No.
Because there are no windows in this room.
There are none.
Have a look around, there is no windows
there
here.
is none.
Yeah, who builds a room with no windows? Like, what is its purpose?
Alright, I hate that you compared this to the chair room because that place scared me. If you haven't watched that video, seriously check it out. Something touched me and there's evidence paired with something touching me to back that up. What gets me about the 4th floor here is that whilst the hospital was in operation, this floor scared the staff.
The 4th floor is pretty amazing to us. It's the smallest floor on the hospital, but for whatever reason, we have a lot of stories of that floor. So the pharmacy is located on the 4th floor as well as some surgical rooms and observation rooms. Some of the stories that we have been told was that staff would not work here after 7 or 8 o'clock at night because of the weird things that would happen on the 4th floor, such as things moving by themselves, strange noises that people would hear and couldn't account for, doors slamming, things of that nature. The other thing that makes the 4th floor very fascinating, I think, to a lot of people is that this hospital was also a teaching hospital, and there was 2 surgical rooms and observation rooms where the nurses would sit in the observation rooms and watch, but there have been quite a few paranormal activity captures on those floors as well.
Your biggest fears are here.
So this was used as a pharmacy, and it was also where a lot of surgeries were performed, and these surgeries are kind of unique because they weren't just performed. People who are training to be surgeons themselves or nurses could come and watch, as well as family members. Can you imagine going to watch one of your family members have surgery and be cut open?
That is really weird, yeah. I don't know if I would enjoy watching that. I mean, I get queasy with blood and that, so that is weird.
Could this be where the surgeries were done?
Well, the owner was telling us today that there was like a window that people would observe through, so this could be it.
I couldn't do it, I wouldn't watch. No. Leave us a comment, guys, if that's something you would be interested to watch. Could you do it? Would you even want to? Watch your family member have surgery?
Never fear, the clowns are here. Oh God.
I've had enough clown run-ins on my USA trip, thank you. Just putting that out there.
Oh, this is really weird.
I thought I just heard a voice when you walked in.
Really?
In there with you.
What?
I hear a train now, but maybe it was that, I don't know. I thought I heard a high-pitched kid's voice.
I thought I just heard something out there actually, as you walked in.
I can hear a train in the distance, so I'm making that known.
What did yours sound like?
A little kid.
Mine's, yeah. I feel like I heard that too. I didn't hear what they said, it was like...
Yeah, a little kid. Kid's voice. Kid's voice. What is this machine though, hey?
Ventilator.
Breathing?
Robert.
Thank you so much for sharing your name, Robert. Can you tell us how old you are?
That's our first name for the night.
I would love to know how old you are as well, Robert. I wonder if Robert is a kid, because we both felt like we could hear that. Maybe not though. Yeah, look at this splatter all around here.
Surely that's not real.
Oh my god, it's all in this room as well. You can't see it on the night vision.
Sorry, what?
Beer.
Can't see it on the night vision.
What did it say? Beer?
It said beer. We'll have a beer with you.
Someone spent their last days here and they're like, yeah, I want a beer. You know what I mean?
Heck yes.
Oh no. Jared, are you seeing this?
Yes.
This is not a bracelet, is it?
Yes, that is. Sorry, I wasn't saying that. I thought you were talking about the blood.
No.
Well, we found our bracelet.
Or is it a necklace?
That's a pretty skinny neck.
Okay. What do you... I'm just going to put Ghost Tube on it. Were you leading us here?
Are these the bracelets you're referring to? What about them? I knew we were going to find a bracelet. I told you there's got to be a bracelet in this building somewhere.
I was thinking a medical bracelet though,
So
not
was
gonna
I.
lie.
These look quite modern, so I doubt that they're original or anything, but it's weird that there's just two of them sitting here.
Were we being led here? Maybe it's not even relevant. I don't know. Can you give us another clue as to why we should be here?
Should we move on, or do you want to stick around in here a bit longer?
Institution.
What about that?
Institution's relevant. I feel like that's what they refer to, like hospitals or like, you know, mental institutions or health institutions, you know what I mean?
I just don't know what it could mean. I guess that's the frustrating part about doing what we do. You can get these little snippets, but it's really hard to piece together what the meaning is, and I just want to know.
At this point in the night, we decided to brave the scariest part of the hospital, the underground basement, which was used for a number of reasons. It was also where Jared claimed to see something earlier in the afternoon, before the sun had even set.
The basement is probably my most favorite floor. It is the biggest floor of the hospital, probably the most historic, and probably the most floor that saw the most action. A lot of paranormal activity has been caught and captured down there, specifically between the two x-ray rooms. The pediatric floor was also down there after the hospital closed and was turned into a pediatric floor. So there's also some children's activities and children's spirits that you could hear from time to time, children giggling, laughing, those kind of things. The morgue is also located in the basement, as well as the incinerator room. So the basement kind of has this feel of dark, sometimes sad, and kind of sometimes scary to go into.
I'm a little nervous, but that's fine. We're going down there and hopefully we get some good pings on Ghost Tube. It is freaking cold down here. Like extremely cold. Grit my teeth, I'm ready.
It is definitely like 5 to 10 degrees Celsius colder down here for sure.
No idea what Fahrenheit that would be. They had this set up for little kids. This was like the pediatric ward for a while.
Just what young kids need when they're really sick and scared. Go down into the basement. There's even like toys and stuff here. Like remnants from when it was open.
I don't feel good down here. I feel a bit sick when I come down here, and honestly, when we came down here earlier today with Tonya, as soon as I came down here I felt a bit ill, and I'm feeling it again now down here. It just kind of feels like nausea, like a bit yucky, and I honestly, like, I've been really drained since we got here. I don't know if it's something taking energy down here in particular. This is where I am getting the most vibes, but I just feel really off, really off down here.
How I was feeling here seemed to only escalate throughout the night, until I was completely drained and could barely function. I remember feeling normal and excited for this investigation, but spending time in this building seemed to gradually take its toll on me, which you will observe throughout this video.
Whoa, a VHS. When was the last time you guys seen one of these? Leave a comment. Little rocking horse. Aww.
Behind me are the 2 x-ray rooms. This particular one is where I saw something today. So we were walking down here with our guide Tonya today, and she was just showing us around. I got to maybe this point right here. It was pitch black. I've got a light on now, but when the light's not on, it's pitch black. Even during the day, it's dark down this end of the basement. And I got to this point and I thought that there was something there, like, I didn't think ghost or person, I thought like piece of furniture or something. And then when I put on my flashlight, it was a big room, there's nothing there. So I thought that was really weird. I thought I could see in the dark, like my eyes adjusting, like something here. And yeah, there's nothing. It's just a big old empty room. Oh, more x-rays too. Cool, sort of interesting.
I honestly think that you seeing something in here is kind of interesting because you said that, and then after, so we didn't even know this, Tonya said, oh wow, like a lot of people see shadow figures down here. And that kind of makes sense if you felt as though something was there, I guess, blocking the light, like there was something right there, and then you shone the light in and it went through whatever that was. That could have been a figure standing there, Jared.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say that it was 100% paranormal. It's just my experience and what I had. But yeah, I thought there was something there and there wasn't.
But a lot also happens in the room across here, and she said so much so that one of her guides had, I guess, too many experiences down here, seen a few things and was like, nah, I will not come back to this area. So people refuse to come down here still. Anyone in here in the x-ray? Right, down here where we're headed is where the original morgue was. It was apparently later moved to the building next door, but it's always eerie to go into a morgue. Wow, there is a lot of decay down here as well. The building is just flaking apart. Alright guys, this is perhaps the, I don't want to say the scariest, but definitely the most gruesome. So where I'm about to take you is known as the incinerator. What? Whoa.
Okay, that door I just opened, but I swear this one just creaked as I opened it. You go first.
Okay. This door's really heavy.
Oh.
Alright, here we are.
Tonya said today, she said it and she was not wrong. This definitely has like Freddy Krueger vibes in here. Like with all these pipes and stuff.
Okay, so honestly this is one of the sadder, more heavier places in the hospital. Again, I've said before, it's called the incinerator. It was a place where bodies and body parts were disposed of.
But what it basically was used for was kind of a catch-all for everything. Back in the 20s and 30s and early 40s, when people would have maybe a body part amputated, or if a homeless person passed away, their remains would be placed in this incinerator. And we get asked a lot of the times if those ashes are still here, and they are. We don't have any record of who they are, but we know that there are ashes in there. But it was also used to burn things like medicine bottles, newspapers. It was kind of a catch-all for all of it for the hospital. It was pretty heavy for me when I found out that, you know, people were actually burned and lost in this incinerator room, because it just, you know, it makes you wonder who's there and if they're still here today and if they're at peace.
One of the eerie things here actually is that there's still ash here. It's not known 100% for sure, you know, whether there's bodily remains in the ash, but it's very well possible. They don't want to move it, they don't want to disturb it, and I totally get that. It's like, where do you move it to? Where do you bury it? You don't know who's in there, what their wishes would have been. Do you scatter it somewhere? I don't know, it's just, it's very heavy. So I'm just, you can see the ash down here, and literally inside it's filled. All right guys, I find it very weird that GhostTube has been so quiet down here.
I like you.
Just as you're saying it.
Thank you though, thank you so much. We try to be respectful where we can, especially places like this, but it has been very quiet down here. So I think because Jared and I have felt, or you know, possibly seen things that could be paranormal, we're going to use a different communication method down here to reach out, and hopefully we can get a bit more engagement with that.
Right, so whoever just said that, if you want to follow us, we're going to make our way down to the x-ray room. We would love to hear more from you.
Great.
Could this be possibly the grave now. I know there's just ashes behind me, but it would constitute as their grave now.
I feel like we're getting a lot of responses here. Maybe we should do our
I
next
know.
experiment in this room.
I didn't think we would even get anything
Well,
in here, to be honest.
We weren't getting any words. Until you're like, we're not getting any words, so we're going to go now.
And then it's like, oh, she said she's not getting anything, let's give her some. Thank you.
Unsure of where to go next, we made our way into the X-ray room, where Jared had earlier cited something lurking in the darkness, and where many people have cited shadow figures. We decided to reach out using Tube Vox to see if we could document any relevant vocalizations, whilst using an old pair of crutches I had found as a trigger object. We also thought it might be wise to monitor upstairs, which is also said to be quite active, so we left a Tube SLS camera rolling in this space too.
Okay, so we are recording a Tube Vox session in the basement X-ray room at the old hospital in College Hill. Is there anyone around us that wants to make their presence known?
It's deceased. 800.
Are you able to maybe tell us your name or tell us something about yourself? I'm sorry, I didn't realise we had to be here by a certain time. Can you tell us what we're doing in here today?
I've got a sore leg, can you help me? These are actually hurting me, so I'm going to ditch them. Alright, my leg's better, thank you.
Cured.
Is that what it said?
I just sort of said cured.
Yep, leg's feeling great. Thanks.
So you're a doctor then? Is there somewhere else you'd rather us go in the hospital to talk or hang out with you?
Security?
Security? Can you tell us how many people are down here?
I'm a student.
I'm a student.
There were student nurses. There's literally like a nurse school right next door, the building next door.
Are you a student nurse?
I was.
Or a doctor? Yeah, I heard that too. I was.
There was a noise out there.
What?
There was a noise out there. You can come in.
Who just made that noise? It's really weird, like, when I saw that dark door, like, obviously I was standing on the other side, but now this door looks completely dark, I can't see out of it.
Was there someone standing in here earlier today when Jared shone his light in here?
Hit reset.
Hit reset. Is there something wrong with your instrument in here?
Look, I just want to say, like, this obviously is going to look lit up on that camera, but I can't see anything. I swear I'm seeing something there again, just like today. Like, it seems like there's someone standing there. Is there anything there? What can you see on the viewfinder?
Yeah, it's pretty dark, to be honest. I can just see the door and darkness around it.
Is there someone standing in the doorway? Can you give us a sign?
Can you tell me why my shoulder hurts down here? Pain is final. Alright, ever since I've come down here tonight, I've been getting a pain just in here. Can you tell me what that is? It's very sharp and it kind of hurts a little.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
We're here all night for you. We really, really, really want to talk to somebody. I'd love a name as well. Also, I don't want to sound dramatic, but I have, like, not when we initially came down, this second time we come down, I've been getting a sharp pain in here, like a stabbing pain, and it has just moved, and now this sharp stabbing pain is in my back here. So it's gone from like here
to here. It's not like on my skin, it's inside my body.
Could it be like because you're holding the camera for a little bit?
It definitely could, but I don't normally get that. It's like a very sharp pain. Can you tell me what that is, doctor? Sound like some weird siren.
Siren or like, to me it sounded like medical emergency or...
Yeah, like a siren, like, you know,
like a machine
code
going off or something.
blue, or I don't know the codes and stuff, but get up to floor 2 or something, you know. Do you hear singing?
No, I didn't. I wasn't listening though. Was it subtle?
Here, I muted Tube Vox as I heard a sound which I described as the faint singing. This is something that Jared did not hear in the moment, but the audio of our camera did pick up on. In the replay, it does not sound quite like singing, but more like a gust of wind whistling and howling. If this was on any other floor of the building, I would discredit the noise a little more. But down here in the basement, we were extremely sheltered, and we did not hear anything similar to this during our time down there. What do you think could have caused this? We continued our Tube Vox session for some time in the X-ray room, but didn't receive much further activity, so we moved our session into the incinerator room, as we had earlier documented some interesting words for our original GhostTube app.
Is there somebody here who can share their name with us? Again, my name is Amy and this here is Jared.
That's like a weird...
It's like someone screaming almost, like screech. I'm sorry if you're in pain. Is there anything we can do for you?
Too many.
Too many.
Too many.
Is that the door?
Yep. If there's someone there, you can come in. Okay, I said you can come in. Can you open the door? There's no one in here with us, is there?
Ask.
Is there someone in here with us? No, I mean like a living person.
No, we're the only people in the building.
Alright, who's behind this door?
And the light. Oh. Jerry.
Did you hear Jerry as well? I heard someone, it sounded like someone screaming in the distance. I'm too scared to stand near the door.
Yeah, Jerry, but I also heard like a muffled like, oh, behind you. That's what I thought I heard. That's what I thought.
I heard someone in the distance, that's what it sounded like.
I think we're gonna have to replay it though, because in the moment, like sometimes these things don't sound like the replay.
What are you trying to say? I'm so sorry we missed that.
What used to happen in this room?
That is the same noise again.
Like an emergency siren or something.
That could be relevant to the hospital, you know. What's that noise? Can you tell us what that noise is?
And
Who is he? Alright, was someone messing with this door before? I'd really love you just to open it. Swing it open. Oh, that last one sounded very unnatural. It's freaking me out.
He knows.
He knows. He knows it's freaking me out. I feel very uncomfortable down here. Is that what you want? Is there something you would like from us? Can you tell us? Can you give us a sign?
Your support.
Support and learning.
I just said your support.
We're here for you. Oh, I'm here to listen to anything that you have to say. What would you like to share with us today?
They're talking.
They're talking.
Wow. Thank you so much. If you're talking to us, we appreciate that so much. I don't mean to seem a little scared. I do feel a little uncomfortable down here though. Are you able to say something that will maybe put me at ease?
A friendship. Music.
I just heard a friendship.
I had a fracture. That's what I heard.
Okay, we heard
So-
two different things. Let us know what you guys think.
These sound experiments, that's the thing. You have to be careful of like noise pareidolia and what your mind is perceiving the noise as.
A friendship. Music. A friendship. Music.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Whilst we picked up some pretty terrifying noises downstairs in the incinerator room, our GhostTube SLS camera, left on the upper floors of the hospital, also managed to capture some moments of interest. During this time, the camera documented 2 noises, about 3 minutes apart, the first of which sounds like something tapping directly on the actual camera, with the second sounding like a crash as if something heavy had been dropped in the distance. Check it out.
You gonna come down with me or no?
Do you need me to? Scared?
Need you to? Yeah, a little bit. Just stand the football way and walk to me or something.
Since we had captured so many intriguing responses in the basement of the haunted hospital, we decided to move a GhostTube SLS camera down there to further monitor the space while we headed back upstairs to continue our investigation. As we were setting up the camera in the basement, we managed to capture a voice, which to me almost sounds like a child. This is not something either of us heard in the moment and is interesting, as children were once treated in this space.
Okay.
There is definitely something going on in here. That REM pod triggered, and you may not be able to hear it over the high-pitched beep, but there was a man's voice I heard up here. I don't know if you heard it, Jared. I thought I heard a dude.
I didn't, but that is extremely creepy. Guys, we were just setting up for our next segment, which is going to be an Ester session. So that was really weird. That all happened while we were setting up. You ready to start, Ames? There it goes again.
It's freaking me out as well because I can hear the dogs going nuts, and it's like, do they know something? There's something going on with me as well, guys. I was literally about to have a nap and sort of give up. I am feeling completely drained. Not even like tired or fatigued. It's completely like something's just taken all my energy, like just slurped it all out of me. I'm struggling to walk upstairs, like to lift my feet and walk. I just feel really heavy, really gross, and just like empty. I was literally saying to Jared, I'm gonna have to send you off to do this by yourself. I'm gonna have to have a nap or something. So we've decided to do an ST session. We picked this area. This is where we had my baby response. I don't know if something's taking my energy or what, but maybe it will be able to interact with me if I go into a sort of sensory deprivation.
All right, guys. Amy's got the headphones on.
Friend.
Yeah, I'm a friend. Are you a friend of mine? Do you like me?
He told me.
What did he tell you? Can you tell me what happened in this area?
Bed.
Bed. Can you tell me what happened in this area of the hospital?
Face down.
I'll put my face down. Yes.
Health.
Are you talking about my health? Can you tell me what's wrong with you? Why are you in here?
Assault.
Were you injured from an assault?
Go.
Where would you like us to go in this hospital? How can we help you? What can we do for you? We had someone looking for a baby earlier. Can you tell us about that?
I don't...
Guys, we've also got some cat balls and a REM pod on the floor over there. If you go, can you go and touch the devices we've left on the floor over there to let us know that you're here?
Work.
You worked here? So you weren't a patient then? Can you tell me what it's like? What can you see right now? Like, what is it like on the other side? What is it like for you? What year is it?
It's our time.
These Estes methods are getting better and better, I swear to God. It's your time, so you see...
Brains.
So you see your time, so are there patients around? Like, how many people are around here then? How many people are you seeing? That is so weird. One of Amy's subscribers asked us to ask questions about the other side. So that's what we've been trying
Help.
We've been trying to do in this episode. How can we help you? What can I do for you? I'm here for you.
This isn't what I'm hearing, but I just feel like there's something around me. And like, really heavy. Like my head, I can't keep it up. It's being like pushed down.
She did say face down before. How many of you are here right now?
3.
3 of you, okay. Can you tell me your names?
Hey.
Male. Are you doing something to my wife? Are you making her feel...
Weightless.
That's how she feels like she's heavy. Are you doing that to her? Are you making her feel this way?
Help me.
I'm trying to. If you can tell me more about your situation, I might be able to help you. I thought I heard a noise then. There's definite noises coming from behind Amy.
He died here.
Can you tell me about how he died? This is getting really, really creepy.
Here.
Yeah? But how? Can you come and grab my hair? Show me that you're here?
Warning.
Should I be worried?
Out now.
I'm just going to step out because I feel like someone does not want me here right now, so... Is this better?
Police?
Who was it that doesn't want me in that room, and why don't you want me here? How do you feel about my wife being there in that room?
Breathing. Doctor.
Is there somewhere else you want me to go right now? That's Amy behind me.
9.
9? Are these rooms numbered? Can you tell me, doctor, can you tell me why my wife is feeling like that? What's her diagnosis? I'm just going to leave Amy there for a second, just take you down some of these corridors here.
Might be the end.
The end of what? Can you tell me where I'm going? I cannot see a thing here except through the viewfinder of this camera. Can you tell me what this room was used for? Okay, I'm coming back in, is that okay?
Don't care.
You don't care? Okay. I'm just gonna come back in. I'm gonna take that as a positive sign. Let's sit back down.
He's back.
I am, yes. That was really good. Are you okay with me being back?
Ronnie?
Ronnie? Are you a doctor, Ronnie, or a patient?
You again.
Yeah, I'm back. Is that okay? Can you make a noise for me in this room? Can you tap or move something? feel like I'm hearing like plastic wrapper rattling or something, or scrunching.
Hey, Mike.
There's a noise again. That came from behind, down the hallway. Do you want me to go down there towards the noise?
Don't. Responsible.
Should I go down there? I feel like it's telling me not to go down there. You alright? What's wrong?
I just don't feel good.
That was like a really, really good session.
Was it? I feel like there was a lot of different voices, and I just, as soon as I started that, I just felt like really heavy, like someone was pushing my head down like that, and my neck is sore now from that whole session. My knees are sore as well.
Yeah, I like came back to the room and you were like this.
I feel really uncomfortable. As I said, like I'm just drained. I feel like crap. Before today, I've been feeling fine. It's literally been, once we've entered this building, I've just been deteriorating, and now I feel really off. There's something about this place.
Our GhostTube SLS camera, which was left in the downstairs basement level, would document 2 noises of interest during this time. Strangely, my phone would also turn itself off during this recording session, and when I went down to retrieve it, I was unable to turn it back on, leading me to believe its battery had gone flat, which was also strange considering my phone was fully charged earlier and normally runs for much longer than this. I would later discover after leaving the hospital for the night that my phone was now able to be turned back on and was not drained of battery at all, something I am unable to explain. Now, since I was feeling incredibly drained, just like my phone's battery, Jared left me alone with the REM pod and cat balls, while he ventured up to the 4th floor alone to conduct an EVP session.
If anyone can hear me, I'm heading up to the 4th floor. Alone. More than welcome to come join me. Alright guys, so I'm now on the 4th floor on my own. Sort of left Amy downstairs because she's feeling like for some reason. Figured we'll just come up here and explore for a bit. What I'm going to be trying to listen for is voices and sounds, because apparently a lot of that happens here. We might even do an EVP session. If there's any staff here. Oh, look at that. These handprints are freaky.
Jared eventually settled into the area we believe that was used for live viewing of operations to perform his EVP, which provided some curious results.
So my name is Jared, and I just want to know if there's anyone here that wants to communicate. Maybe you could tell me your name or tell me what happened in this room. Can you tell me what you're seeing right now? What does this place look like to you? Can you tell me anything else about yourself? Or scream as loud as you can to let me know that you're here. So my name is Jared, and I just want to know if there's anyone here that wants to communicate. Maybe you could tell me your name or tell me what happened in this room. Dogs. I heard a whistle. Okay, there's dogs barking and there's a car in the distance. That I can hear, but I just heard a whistle and it sounds like it's coming from in here.
No other EVPs were documented by Jared, and besides a very few faint taps, nothing of interest was documented around myself on the lower floor. For me, the strangest thing about this night was the deterioration of how I was feeling and my complete loss of energy. What surprised me the most though, was shortly after leaving the hospital building, I began to feel much better, almost as if the building had drained energy from me, which returned after I had left, in an eerily similar fashion to my phone which died within the building, only to spontaneously begin to work once it was removed from her walls.
Alright, Crypt Keepers, I've tried my best to persevere, but I really apologise if I'm not peppy or active in this video. I honestly feel really crappy, and I don't know why that is, whether it is possibly something paranormal, something taking my energy, I don't know, and I can't say for sure. I am feeling like dog shit though, honestly. I feel very drained, very heavy. I can't think straight. Jared and I did go and film a bonus ghost tube session for my patrons and YouTube members. You'll find links to that below, and I just wanted to mention that here for anyone who really wants behind the scenes bonus content, because I believe we might have actually captured some stuff on that session. I heard a baby crying, voices, and something dragging along the floor. I don't know what the audio is going to sound like over there. I've yet to review that, but it's weird. And tonight, it's like cherry on top, because tonight has been so strange. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That really helps me out. If you want to do any more reading on this haunted place, head to my website, AmysCrypt.com. You can also follow us on social media at AmysCrypt on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And of course, post bonus content on Patreon and YouTube members. They're linked below. But thank you so much for watching, Crypt Keepers. Until next time.